Okay, folks, look, check it out. You know what we're doing? We're making a sweet potato cornbread. You know that screams holidays. Let's get it. Okay, folks, so look, first thing we're finna do is we're finna hit bake, because we're finna preheat, right? 3, 7, 5, and then we start. All right, so look, I'm gonna start with my sweet potatoes, right? What you wanna do is you wanna peel them, and then you wanna cut them into equal parts, and you wanna boil them, you know what I mean, so that you can get them, you know, nice and soft, right? Now, for the sake of that argument, I can put these down right here. We do a little bit of that TV magic. I'll grab this right here, and bam, there you go. All right, so this is what you're gonna need to make your cornbread, you know, your sweet potato cornbread, right? But I just wanna show you guys, you wanna just cut them down just the way you see right here, you know what I mean? But you're only gonna need so much. I'm gonna make a couple of these, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know, the process. Peel, boil, once they're nice and soft, you can get in here, use your pastry dish. I mean, your pastry utensils, or you can do it old school and just do it with a fork. They nice and soft. Now, all right, so, as always, I tell you guys, you know, when you measure out your ingredients, you line them up as you're gonna need them, right? So you already been to my website, smokingandgrillingwithab.com. That's WITAB.com, right? You done printed it out. You done got all your ingredients out like I got them here. Now, this step right here, we're gonna go with the flour, cornmeal, and everything you see right here. Get yourself a bowl. Real simple. What we wanna do is we just wanna put all of this in here, right? I usually don't measure out my salt, you know what I mean? So let's say we're gonna need about a teaspoon. I put about 2 generous pinches in there, and that's enough for me, right? Now, get yourself a whisk, and let's go ahead and combine all these ingredients together. So what I'm gonna do now, just so I can get this out of my way, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little heat in my cast iron, and if I hadn't said it already, I'm gonna make my cornbread in here. Such a better, you know, presentation, you know, having the dark against the yellow, or we just call it light as far as, you know, the art way of saying it. You got light ingredients in a dark background. That right there makes it real, real nice. All right, so I melted my shortening. You guys don't have to. You could take it, put it on a paper towel, and wipe it that way. But this right here is a well-seasoned, you know, cast iron. You see how it beads up like that? That's what you would like for it to do. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna set this over here on my stove for a second. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get my stand mixer. You know what I mean? You guys are gonna like this. Okay, folks, look, I just wanted to say this part right here. You saw I had an extra thing of cornmeal. Listen, it's the way I measured it out. You gotta put all the cornmeal, all your dry should be in here, right? And I can tell you this, when you whisking this together, it should smell like holiday. And really specifically, if you ask me, I think it smells like Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So now we're gonna move on to the next part, right? This is what I'm gonna do here. Now here we got yogurt. Don't forget, if you don't have no yogurt, you can always substitute, you know, with sour cream, eggs, brown sugar, sweet potato, and then butter. Now, I kind of just imagine an imaginary, let me just put this down here. This is what's getting ready to go in here right now, right? So let's go ahead and, let me move this over so I can get it on my side. There we go. What I'm gonna do is put my eggs in the inside. All right, so once you get that in there, I'm gonna go ahead and just add my, now don't forget, this is sour cream, right? Didn't have any yogurt, but you guys already know. And then listen, if you don't know, we gotta start using Google for what it's worth. You know what I mean? That's where we get a lot of that information from. You know what I mean? So all you gotta do is, if you don't have something, or if you're allergic to something and you wanna know what the substitution is, just ask Google, right? So I'm gonna raise this up. I'm gonna start off on low and get this going. All right, still with it on low. I'm gonna take my brown sugar and just start crumbling this in the inside. Now, because I measure out my ingredients, you know, way before I actually start filming, that's why you guys see that it was like a little bit hard on one side. But once it hit that liquid in there, it breaks up. And now we'll add our sweet potatoes. And then last but not least, our butter. All right, so now once you have everything, you know, completely combined here, right? I'm gonna turn this down. What we're gonna do is, we got buttermilk left, and then we got our dry ingredients, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put in a little bit of the dry, let that mix, then we're gonna add a little bit of the buttermilk. So now I'm gonna start with my dry. We just put a little bit in here at a time, just like you see, right? It'll start to dry out. Now I'll come with a little bit of buttermilk. All right. Now I'll come back with a little bit more dry. You guys get the picture. Now, if you come in here and you can take a look at it, I still see flour and a little cornmeal on the side, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down a little bit, and I'm gonna take my spatula, right? And we just wanna run it along the edge just to get everything off, because we want it all completely, you know, thoroughly mixed. All right, so this is completely, you know, mixed, looking good. I'm gonna shut that off. You guys can see, I got my pan, my cast iron, right? So this is what I was telling you guys earlier. You can always take shortening, you know what I mean? Just take it, get yourself a paper towel. You know what I mean? If you want to, you can just wipe it along the side, right? I do this sometimes I do it another way. I'll put this in here and then I'll drop some cornmeal in here, right? Just so that it won't stick. But this right here will do it. You see that right there? Just a little melt in the beginning, or you can do it all just this way. All right, so now I guess everything really now is really self-explanatory, right? So what we do is we just go ahead and add all of our sweet potato cornbread mix in here. We got it properly greased. We don't have to worry about nothing sticking at the end, right? All right, so you see, I take, just like you're baking a cake, you know, you run your spatula across the top, tap it down, let it sit up for a minute. Let's see if it, you know, burp up any air pockets or any, you know, air bubbles are in the inside. Now, since we already preheated at 375, we're finna go into the oven now. And so the bake time will be 30 to 35 minutes. So we put that in there just like that. I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. Don't forget, we're gonna take a toothpick, you know what I mean, stick it in there until it comes clean. Once that becomes clean, that's when it's ready. All right, folks, so look, this is what it looked like when it come out right there. I want you guys to pay attention to, like, look at the edge right there. By using that shortening, you know what I mean? You guys can get a little bit of this with the butter, but if you use any type of oil, it kind of like fries on the edge, and that right there be that fire too. So let me go ahead and get this cut up, and then we're gonna take a sample. All right, folks, so look, after I got through taking pictures of this, that's what brought y'all here, right? And don't forget, it's the holiday. When you say sweet potato, why not put the cornbread on it too? Listen, I feel like I'm really rambling, so I'm finna go in here and get me a little bit of this right here. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, look. Guess what, folks? Cheers. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a heads up. Take some honey, melt the butter, stir it up, get you some honey butter, and then glaze the top of this. Don't forget, poke some holes in here. If you wanna have that heavenly holiday bliss, this is it. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I would love to have a tall, ice cold glass of milk. And when I say cold, I like to have ice cubes in my milk. And this right here, I can go sit down on that couch and watch some TV, and you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I'm not finna ramble. This is it. This is your holiday cornbread. It's not too much. You guys let me know what you think, right? Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. You know what I'm about to do. I'm out, y'all. Peace.